Well, first, I want to credit Washington. Obviously they've had a tough season. It's hard to believe they were 4-13 and 3-13 before this trip began, and they got a lot of young guys. And losing their point guard, who is a very good player, and I understand he may be playing here next week. It's not easy, and they've lost a lot of tough games. Watching them play against Arizona State, we knew that we were in for a fight, and we were in a fight in Seattle when we went up there. But our performance tonight was poor. We weren't ready to play. We didn't run as fast, jump as high, struggled to get back defensively. Just obviously the shots didn't go down, and guys lost confidence. We struggled to catch the ball. We struggled to dribble the ball. You play against Washington, doesn't matter what attack you have, turnovers is a big stat. And in Seattle, we had 10, played the entire game with single digits. I think turned it over at the end a couple times. And tonight we had 18. And, a lot of those turnovers lead to breakaways, and especially in the first half. 5 for 25 from the field, 1 for 8, 12 for 16, and then 10 turnovers. Second half, we were better. We were 15 of 32 in the second half, 7 for 13 from 3, and we settled in. But this is a game that you got to play from start to finish. You can't be in that deer in headlights mode for 20 minutes and then all of a sudden snap out of it and expect to win. You got to take wins in college basketball. You got to go get them. You have to, in March, understand that kids and teams and coaches are playing with a lot at stake, and you have to have that competitive fire and spirit. And a lot of times that still doesn't mean you're going to win, but that's what's going to allow you to compete and be in the winner's circle. And tonight we didn't have that. I feel terrible for our crowd and fans. They're the best of the best of the best. Can't thank them enough for their undying support. And we've had a lot of tough moments, but in a lot of our moments that we've had tough, we've really competed and just maybe pulled up short on the last play or what have you. But tonight, just watching us in the first 20 minutes, you can't play like that in March and expect to be successful. Also want to commend Dylan Smith. These days, if you get hit in the eyebrow, you could be out for 2 to 4 weeks. This kid broke his nose, just got his nose smashed. And he played, and in the second half, he's the reason we stayed in the game, and he's the reason we got a chance. And one thing I'll say about Dylan Smith, he shows up. And in today's world of college basketball, effort level and being able to count on these guys is really important. It's almost as important as shooting, and Dylan has that quality. But his fight in the second half and just watching him take that hit and respond is, wow, it's quite a testament to being a tough kid. But very, very disappointed. And I'm not disappointed in our players. I'm the coach, and we weren't ready. And, buck starts and stops with me. And it's very disappointing. We've struggled having that Thursday night game, a win, having a day in between, and being equally good. It's plagued us, man, as far back as when we were in Anaheim, and we're still that team right now. So we play Washington on Wednesday. We have to be better, play more like the second half for the entire game, and know that even with that, it's going to be a great game. They're good.
Is it possible the fact that you knew you were locked into the number 5 seed and had to play Wednesday had an effect before the game?
No. If you have to get guys motivated to play in McHale Center in the last game of the year, you got a lot bigger problems than what seed you are or what game you won. Also, Isaiah Stewart is, he's just such a good player. It's hard to believe he's a freshman. And, the thing about him is things haven't always gone well for his team. And, man, for a guy like him with as big of a reputation as he had in high school and as good of a player as he's been at UW, it's just so easy for him to just kind of quietly go away. But he's like a lion, and he's a problem. He's very, very good and physical. And, Jade McDaniels is one of those freshmen that is very talented, and sometimes it takes a little time to find your way, and you could tell he's really, really playing with confidence. And when those two guys are both playing well, Washington, I think they can beat anybody, as evidenced by the fact that they beat Baylor in November.
Were you ever given an explanation as to why Christian Koloko got the technical? I mean, I know he was arguing with the ref, but did you get an explanation?
I mean, it's 55-51. Christian's maybe one of the nicest kids that I've ever met. We're actually on him to communicate more. It's just hard for me to believe, but I guess that's the way of the world right now.
Are you looking forward to the fact that you get to see the same team again in the next game, that you can use this performance as motivation?
That's our only choice. We're going to be ready. I thought we would be ready for tonight's game. This is the 11th time that I've watched the team go out. And, I put last year as kind of an outlier based on our circumstances and maybe the team that we had. But we haven't always won that last game. But, man, we've fought really hard. And there's no doubt about that. And that leads into Vegas. So, for us, to me, we have to play and compete and play hard. I mean, you have to take win. You have to go get them. And no one's just going to sit there and lie down. Washington State, I thought our defense was terrific, outstanding. We keep a chart called kills, and a kill in a basketball game is a back-to-back-to-back stops. It's really hard to get in college basketball. If you can go 3 trips in a row with the other team not scoring and you not fouling, and if you get 6 in a game, we win the game 75-80% of the time. Just that one stat alone. We had 10 against Washington State. I mean, our effort level tonight, and it was bad. And that's not to take anything away from Washington. I've already talked about them, but there's 2 parts: how the other team played and what they did, and also what we did. And we 5 for 25. Just a bad night. We have to be a lot better on Wednesday, to answer your question. We just have to be better. We have to play better.
Maybe with Washington, does it help in particular with their style that you see them right away? Because, again, even in Seattle, you had a little time to adjust to that zone and get going, and tonight as well. And now, boom, you're going to play them right again.
Yeah, I mean, again, I want you to think about this. In the second half tonight, we were 15 of 32 from the field, 7 of 13 from 3. We didn't get to the line a lot, and I know we had 8 turnovers, which is too many. But the same group went out in the first half. We were 5 for 25, 1 for 8, and had 10 turnovers. You have to be able to be a consistent team player group, and being able to play really well, not well. Both in one game, man, they look great. Next game, don't. Or first half, boy, couldn't make a shot. Second half, we did. It has to even out. And at this point in the season, and we've seen every defense known to man. We've actually attacked the zone defenses very well this year. We have. I mean, we didn't tonight. In Washington, they do a great job of their zone for sure. But we certainly have it in us to be better.
Was Dylan tested for concussion too, as well? Or?
No, but wouldn't surprise me. He took one heck of a shot. I'm not sure what that rule is either. A defensive rebound, if you fall down, that's the one that is kind of a head scratcher. I need to probably get that clarified. Is that a travel? How do you determine a travel? If you get a defensive rebound and you're down. We've had a couple big calls this year just where we secured a defensive rebound, fell, and it became a travel. Sometimes it's not called, and then just shots above the neck or head. And I'm not in any way saying that Isaiah Stewart, did that on purpose, but I mean, Dylan Smith, other than Stone Gettings getting his face broken, I don't think I've ever seen a harder blow to the face than what Dylan took. And again, what a testament to him to play and make 6 threes. And, you know, that's a guy who's playing for the right reasons. And I'm really, really proud of him. Dylan's had his ups and downs, but no one will ever question his effort level. He's a guy who tries really hard.
Was there any doubt he would come back? Because when he first came back to the bench, he had an ice.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he would be cleared to play, but Justin Kukoski had mentioned that he was okay. No further damage could be done, I guess. But
Towards the very end of the game, it looked like there was a security issue you were talking about. What happened there?
nothing. I mean,
I didn't know if, like, you were, if people were on, somebody was yelling at you or players or anything that was distracting.
it's not an issue. I don't. I wish I did, but I don't.